Hello, and today I'm gonna have another rant about it. So I'm eating gum right now. Uh, I mean not gum, gummies. Okay. If you, so if you have been active in the community recently and watched Etoh content, you might have heard that the entire music is gonna get removed by Etoh. Any copyrighted song basically. And this is due to like some kind of thing and Tau speeding right through floor 10. And I'm just fucking done with Etoh. The last few months have been just terrible, with terrible updates nobody asked for. And yeah, this is nothing like the game it was a few months ago. This may be due to greed from the owners, maybe due to, I don't know, a lot of things. And yeah, I just think that the last few months were terrible in Etoh, and it slowly makes me want to quit the game, just out of the sheer terrible updates that have been come out recently. I just really can't get over how many terrible updates they've released. And with that, Gamator will be also stepping down as a co-owner, which just adds more insult to the damage. Yeah, this you never saw that in the old times of Etoh, but this is also due to the rising popularity, which is also why more artists have been noticing that their music has been used. And yeah, a ton of music will be removed from the game, which will mean that the entire game is just gonna be terrible now due to just not having original music. I mean, like, one thing that I really loved about Ring 1 was just the old music that they had and stuff like that. But I don't think that will be there for a long time, since they're gonna basically remove every song that's in the game right now. Or at least the ones that they have permission, which, surprisingly, they have for most of these. They really don't have any. Especially with the older towers, since they really weren't made for this copyright workaround. And yeah, I just think that this is really not a great time for Etoh. And I hope that either they make a bit more better updates in the future, or that we'll be getting new owners, since I think that Etoh has always, especially now in the modern age, lagged from development. 2025 was the greatest year for Etoh, by far. But besides that, there are only a few other good years, like 2020, 2022, and like around these years. 2018 was also pretty good since it was basically brand new, but you can kind of see the trend that after a few years of after the new owners, they're slowly becoming worse. I mean, if you look at the history, Kitty Cannon couldn't hold it out anymore and just removed the game straight up in 2019. Yukata, she was for a long time the owner, and for the first few years, I mean, no one had a problem. But then the controversy came out, and 2024 basically had no updates, which made her pretty hated too. But now, I think it's slowly time for journalists to get into a controversial state as for the recent days and months. And yeah, overall, I just think that the game right now is about to fail. It's doomed to fail if nothing really changes. I mean, there's still, I would recommend that if you don't really like the new Etoh updates, you should switch to a fan game, since that will be probably the best thing to do if you still want similar games. You can also start your own fan game, I guess. Just, anything that could help right now. And I mean it. We really need some help. And I mean, I've made a video that I decided to no longer post due to these recent news, and it's pretty stupid now to release it, since I think that the community has been relaxed a bit since like March and February. But now I'm just done with the developers. I mean, this is just the last few updates were just terrible, and I just don't even know how you could fix this. As a whole, I think that the second half of the first half of 2026 has been extremely terrible for the game as a whole. The community, knew how real towers got verified and stuff like that, which is pretty nice, but really, I'm just kinda angry at this game right now. I mean, I'm not even angry, to be honest. I'm just disappointed in this game, because I mean, all my friends have quitted this game too. I mean, the only people that are keeping this game alive are the YouTubers, and even the biggest Bundan quit this game a few months already ago, or didn't really say that he quit, but you don't really see that much content from Etoh made by him anymore, which is kind of sad. Which, I mean, also the player count has been dying off, which could be one of the reasons. So in general, this is just a terrible time for Etoh, and they need to really do something. And I mean, if they go through with this copyright change update music, I don't even know. Maybe I'm gonna quit this game or switch to a fan game. I don't know, since this is just kind of terrible. And I mean, it's been kind of stupid, and they've been also pretty greedy, which is, not any better than the other owners, since Jucala at least had a few years where she made good updates, whereas to nowadays it's just 1 year. Since this year has been terrible for Etoh. And I mean, the second half, the last quarter of 2025 has been also not the greatest, to be honest. This could be to many reasons, due to the Purgatorio update and just more stuff. I think just since the Purgatorio update came out, the game has been going into a slower but noticeable downfall. And I think the community is starting to get enough of this, and I'm just annoyed of this game. I mean, their lack of good development has definitely gotten to me, and probably also to other people too. I mean, Ring 1 is still full, but it's kinda insane how far this went. With also Roblox is pushing out worse updates in general, I think that's also a big reason why there's just that much copyright problem right now with Etoh. Since in a few years ago, where Roblox really didn't have that much of a problem, they Etoh was just really fine with copyright. I mean, this is not a big of a deal, but now the game is just trying to delete the old versions of it, and it could be that at one point they're even gonna remove old areas. Which, I mean, okay, they won't probably do that, but there's a chance. And that chance is kinda sad, to be honest, since, I mean, wow, how the hell did we go from one of the best years for the game to one of the worst ones? I mean, I just hope that the developers do something that's gonna improve the game. Yeah. And also, why isn't this Celeste music working? That's kind of weird. Yeah. I think that's really not good, because I thought they had copyright to this music. Well, it seems like they don't, which... That is terrible. I mean, my favorite tower. I mean, it has a lot of copyrighted music, so I probably won't be even the same experience anymore. The only ways that I really have to listen to these is on YouTube anymore and on the Etoh wiki. Which, okay, that's probably like the main reason why you should listen to this music, but still, it's just not that good. I'm just really annoyed from the Etoh dev team, since as it seems like that Gamator, now that they're stepping down, I think that either the Gamator was the reason for the terrible updates or Adrenalus, and we are gonna see that. Because I really hope that Adrenalus isn't the reason for these updates. Because if that, we are doomed as a game. And you can just right away switch your game what you're playing. Trust me. Since I mean Etoh slowly has less and less reasons why I should even play this. I used to really well be anticipated to get to soul crushing skill level, but right now it's just a pain. If you're mid game or like farther there, this game basically has nothing to offer anymore. I mean, they've been focusing so much on beginners that have left super early in the game. They just play one tower and left. Because Etoh never relied on beginners. They relied on the players that always came back to this game. In its bad times and its good times. And they should focus more on these than on the newer ones, since these are really not that trustful. And I mean, you can't really trust these. Which I mean, okay, don't discriminate against new players. When they're trying to start their Etoh journey, help them, please. So we can get more people to be on a skill level, like us, that are more playing frequently, so that the developers are gonna do more for us. Yeah, that's my reason, and also my ideas just. And they should really just have more communication with the community, since that has been falling off since the beginning of this year. And I mean, like, this game is just getting terrible and worse just by the day. I can't even lie anymore. I can't even get lazy. I used to like when I was getting hate in like February, I was like for them. I said, okay, they're still trying their best, but nowadays I got flipping enough. Like, do they even put effort into this game, or are they just doing this for money? Which I mean, most of the towers are not made by the developer, which means that they're profiting of other people's work while being even more greedy, which is morally and just in every flipping way wrong. Which is like, oh my god, I'm kinda disappointed in how this game has become. And I mean, I've been really playing this game for long, but I've been looking, like, analyzing the game system and stuff like that. And yeah, as it seems like history repeats itself, really. Since, as it seems like every owner of the game is either greedy, just lazy, or just, you know, have a too high ego. Most of the time, every three of this. And I'm not trying to like make, like, don't go out harassing any of the developers or something like that. I just wanted that, like, you should speak about this issue and like talk some sense into them. How the fuck did I fail that? Yeah. Don't ask me how the hell I did that fail. Okay, I'm not good at this game. I mean, I'm not like beginner level. I've beaten this tower on PC, and on mobile I've beaten Tots, but that's really it. Yeah. I mean, Ring 1 right now is still looking okay, but I think it's gonna look a lot worse in the next few months. And I hope that we're just getting good help, good changes for once in this year. And I just wish that they talk some sense into themselves and just do something good that the community wants, since I'm really just, and probably a lot of other people too, just about to quit the game. I mean, I was playing Tower Creator a long time, and yeah, I think that that's just a terrible thing. I'm really just done with the Etoh developers, and they should just please do something good. Because if not, I'm just gonna, make my own version of Etoh or something like that. Or like anyone, like we need some more fun games for what I'm basically expecting the Etoh apocalypse. And I think the Opion community as a whole is just gonna die once these changes all get through in the game. Which, holy moly, that's gonna be like one of the worst things. And I mean, for most people that are pretty far and have a good skill level, there isn't even a reason anymore to play this game unless there's like a content creator or something like that. And yeah, that's just it. I think that's enough for this video. You can tell me how you agree and how you would fix Etoh and stuff like that. And yeah, if anyone has contact with the developers, give them some ideas that the community wants. And yeah, that's just basically it for this video. Hope you enjoyed this, and see you next time. Bye.